both of them have been used, I didn't mention this, for 70 years in Asia. It's a multi-billion-dollar agricultural crop there. It's as big as the beef industry is here. It's enormous. In Japan, you can't ride your bicycle without driving by an algae farm. But people say, well, if it's so fantastic, why don't I already know about it?
Exactly.
And this is why it's not grown in America. We have corn and wheat, which are useless nutritional crops. You get one crop a year, and they're inflammatory, and they're usually loaded with glyphosate, and there's no nutritional redeeming factor for any of them. And yet algae is grown, only takes a month to grow. You can get 10 crops of algae a year. It's grown in fresh water, so it can be grown anywhere, really, where it's warm, or increasingly they're growing it indoors. But anyways, the thing is, you didn't grow up with it. And because 99% of it is grown in Asia and 99% of it is consumed in Asia, it's like the French, they keep the best wine for themselves.
Yes.
The Asians have known about this forever. And in Japan, they have the lowest cancer rates, the best longevity, lowest obesity rates, and great skin and hair. And they do not leave their house without chlorella algae. Never. They don't take supplements in Japan. They take chlorella algae, which is probably a good segue to talk about chlorella. But, why should the Asians be the only ones benefiting from this? It's been sold in America for 50 years, but the packaging has been weird. There's no branding. There's been no education. I am the first person to tell you about algae. And think about it. 10 years ago, you probably didn't know about chia or kiwa or matcha or collagen powder or CBD. But these are things that have existed for centuries in other countries. The indigenous people have been using, kiwa forever. And same with algae. I mean, the Egyptians wrapped themselves in it 2,000 years ago, and the Mexicans used it in 500 years ago. So it has quite a history, but in America, nobody knows about it. So actually, almost outside of Asia, very few people know about it, but it has been available, but no one has really made it easy for you to understand what it is and why it works, and to give you a safe, pure source of it. Because up until now, almost everything in America came from China. We grow ours in Taiwan, which is world renowned for having the highest quality. And as I said, we do all the third-party lab tests. But anyway, spirulina, it's been endorsed by the United Nations since 1974. That's almost 50 years ago. 50 years ago, as the answer to world hunger. You don't get any better endorsement than that. And the NASA has been feeding it to the astronauts for 50 years. Like, there's these little narrow pockets of people who know all about the science of algae, but they're not sharing it with the rest of us.